Welcome back to Hana Yakana Gyarus. It's so good that you guys are actually watching this video right now, especially for all the beginner gals, aka baby gals that'll be joining the community. I want to present to you today Gyaru makeup prep. This will most likely be in maybe 2 or 3 different videos. However, this information is incredibly important for you, okay? And the reason why I'm saying this is because I wish I had someone do a video like this. When it comes to doing Gyaru makeup, I know it might look extremely easy, but it can be very tedious, very difficult. And so, to help you get started before you go buying a wide range of things and a whole bunch of makeup tools that you don't need, I want to give you a step-by-step tools prep and makeup prep that you will definitely need. Okay? So, all right, I hope that you have your notebook out for this one, because I'm going to take this step by step, of course, makeup and tools that you need for your Gyaru makeup. Okay, so this is not a makeup tutorial, not just yet. This is makeup prep. Okay. All right, so of course, first and foremost, when you start your Gyaru makeup, you are going to need a pack of wipes, whether it be baby wipes or makeup wipes or something like that, something that you can continue to cleanse your hands, cleanse your face before starting your makeup, and also keeping your hands clean and your brushes and tools clean, just in case if you want to clean up a certain area or you want to touch up something, you have your wipes with you. All right. Number 2, we have your primer. Dun, dun, dun. Primer. Now, is it possible to do your makeup without primer? Absolutely. However, if you want your makeup to be long lasting, remain smooth, you want your makeup to look bright, or you want it to be magnified, and you want your skin to be protected from all the layers of makeup that you potentially might put on your face, then I suggest that you wear primer. Primer also helps the makeup to look a whole lot more better, for lack of a better word. All right. Next, we have whatever brand, wherever color you are using, it doesn't matter. You need a concealer, okay? With me, I have maybe 4 or 5 different type of concealers, and I use them at different parts of my makeup. I would notice that after doing videos and doing photos that especially under my eyes here are deep black bags. And when I would just use like 1 or 2 layers of a concealer plus my foundation, it really wasn't working out well. So I decided to go with a couple of different shades of concealers. So most importantly, I want to say you don't have to do it like me. My skin color, of course, I am a melanated woman. So, you know, my skin color is a little bit different, and I have combination skin at that too. So I needed these colors, and I use, of course, LA Girl Pro Concealer. It's absolutely amazing. If you've never used this before, you can use it for color correcting. You can use it for, you know, covering up areas where you might have smudged. They come in extremely handy. And of course, I'm also using a CoverGirl Clean Matte Concealer. This one I actually use for highlighting. I use for highlighting underneath my eyes, like what you can see today. I use this one. And of course, I don't go over my highlighting areas with my foundation. My foundation stays around the highlighted area. Okay? Next, of course, you need your pressed powder or loose powder to help take away any sheen or shine on your face. This one, I just got a new one, CoverGirl True Blend Minerals, Loose Minerals Powder. That's what that looks like. It's actually really good. I like it. Okay. And let's see what else. You are going to need a foundation. So I'm actually using a CoverGirl True Blend. And for my skin color, I use D70. Looks like that, comes in that bottle. And most of these things I get from my local drugstore, or you can get it from your local beauty supply store. That's also available online. For my contouring, I actually use an LA Girl Pro Coverage. It looks like this in this bottle. I know a lot of people might use like a powder palette for contouring. Depends if you have dry or oily skin or combination skin. So you really want to find out what type of skin you have first before you go buying your foundation, your concealer, and your powder, whether it be pressed or loose powder. You really want to find out what type of skin you're dealing with. Of course, your skin, right? And the more water you drink is the more hydrated and the more beautiful your skin will look once you apply with the makeup. Makeup only comes to enhance. So I actually use another foundation for my contouring of my nose and my cheekbones. Okay, now you can apply these different things with different type of brushes, and I will get to that in just a moment. But of course, you are also going to need your contouring palette. If you're not melanated and you are more of a fairer complexion, you can use a highlighting, of course, a highlighting pack. A highlighting pack, okay? So a highlighting palette as well is what I want to say. A highlighting palette that comes with different shades. You know, you can do underneath your eyes, you can do your nose strip, you can do even your jawline, your chin, and your forehead. Those are the highlighting areas, okay? So you want to use that. And of course, you're going to need an eyeshadow palette. You know, with Gyaru, you can never go wrong with shimmer palettes as well. You can never go wrong with some shimmer palettes, but as well have some neutral ones, some eyeshadows that don't have any shimmer, especially if you're not doing some of the shimmery types. Well, then again, you can add shimmer wherever you like, whenever you like. Doesn't matter what type of Gyaru makeup you're trying to do. But if you are doing specifically like a Hime, I just started doing these and I'm using my pinks, my white, and my silvers. And I love the way that it's coming out. I must say I'm thoroughly happy. Okay? And we have I have a blush palette as well too that I'm using. So of course, because of my Hime style, I only wear pink blush. I have these different colors, but I also use this as my eyeshadow as well. It works really well. So you can definitely get away 2 for 1 with that. When you get a nice blush palette, you can also use it for your eyeshadow. Okay, so instead of breaking the bank and buying blush palette and eyeshadow palette, you don't need to do that. You can get one that has generous amount of colors instead of like this one that I have all shades of pink. Unless you're doing Hime, then go ahead and splurge on, or be cost effective. Be cost effective with a pink blush palette. Okay, if you want, you know, darker brows, it's fine. Whatever suits your face, you have to work with what suits your face. So for your eye makeup, you're gonna need eyebrow gel. I'm using one called eyebrow gel from Magic Collection. Okay, and you are gonna need eyeliner as well. Now I'm using LA Girl's liquid eyeliner. Liquid eyeliner works the best for me, and I found out that liquid liner also works very good on melanated skin. So if you are a woman of color, it stands out more. Now you can use black pencil. They have like the really jumbo ones now that are easy to put on, but I have found that those smudge for me. They don't look as nice, so I just use the eyeliner. Okay, all right. Oh yes, last but not least, finishing spray. I'm actually using the matte finish spray from Long Lasting from NYX. And you can never have enough lip gloss. All of my lip glosses, of course, for my Hime look are in the pink collection. However, I mean, depending on what Gyaru style you were doing, you can go buck wild. You don't have to spend or break the bank too much. You can go to your local dollar store and just pick up lip glosses, lipsticks, or whatever, and go crazy with that for $1.25. Don't spend too much makeup, especially if you're doing, don't spend too much money, rather, especially if you're doing your Gyaru makeup every single day. You want to keep it to a very, very low minimum budget while you're spending, because you're going to be using this stuff a lot, okay? But whether you are doing Gyaru makeup throughout the week or just on the weekend, or, you know, vice versa, whatever, do what makes you happy. But be very smart and be very cautious about how you are spending. This stuff can add up really, really quickly. Of course, you're going to need lash glue. Okay, so make sure you have that. And the lash tweezers. Okay, they look like this, where they can clip your lash and that you can put them on without sticking your finger in your eye. Especially if you have long nails, it can be a little bit tricky. So once you have the tweezers, I got this for $1.25 at Dollar Tree. So, and I got my lash glue quote from my local drugstore. All right, now on to the tools that you're going to need. Dun, dun, dun. First and foremost, if you are using your concealers and they come on a concealer stick, or they come like one of these, then you don't need a brush to apply your concealer because you have it on here. But what you will definitely need is a beauty blender to help blend out your concealer. Okay, beauty blender, that always works. To also apply your concealer, you might want to use a very thin little makeup brush. Okay, you can use one that looks like this. All right, I'm not really good with all these names, so, you know, forgive me. But I just figured that this would definitely help you out here. Okay, so on to applying your foundation. Now, applying foundation, you can use either a flat foundation brush, something like this. This is one of my new favorite ones. Yes, you can use an angled sponge. Sponges do soak up a lot of your foundation. They suck up the makeup like crazy. So I recommend highly that you use a flat foundation brush. You can see ones like this, or you might have a tendency to see one like this. It kind of resembles a paintbrush, and that helps to get away from lines. This helps to smudge in the makeup into your pores so that it has a very nice clean finish. Okay, next we have a highlighting brush. So if you're using a highlight palette that is powder, you can use one that's an angled brush like this, so that you're able to get underneath the eye area, on the forehead, and on the chin. Okay, angled brush looks sort of like this. These brushes that I'm showing you is also called Emax Design. I got them off of Amazon. It was an 18-pack, I believe. Yeah, it was quite a bit. And then you have your brush. This is I think they call this the tapered brush. Tapered brush, but this is what I use for my powder. Good for around the edges of my face here. Looks like that. Powder brushes can be a little bit bigger too, but don't get that mixed up with your blush brush. Okay, blush brushes should be the biggest in your makeup brush collection. That looks like that. You can see all the pink on there. You can see all the pink. This is my blush brush, and that is my powder brush. So they're very, very similar, but they have a little bit of a different shape. And my blush brush is a little bit bigger than my powder brush. Alrighty, now when it comes to you using your loose powder to conceal or lighten underneath your eyes, you want to use like a nice fan brush, because sometimes the loose white powder, whether it being white or yellow, can come out very heavily. But use a fan brush in the base, right? And just kind of pat it along, pat it along, pat it along. You can do that generously, because afterwards you're going to use your beauty blender to blend that in really nicely, right? Okay, so now when you're using your eyes, of course, I wanted to show you two brushes, but I'll show you this one. This one is also good for your lashes, to comb up your lashes, but I also use this one for my eyebrows. If you have stubborn eyebrows like myself, I use this one, and I use the comb one and the brush to kind of get my eyebrow hairs together. And then I use a very thin angled brush like this one. You can see a little bit of my brow gel still on there. And I'm able to angle it and fill in my eyebrows. Okay, so you need a thin angle brush for the eyebrows. And then if I happen to smudge or I want my eyebrows to pop, I also use one of my lighter tone concealers underneath and above my eyebrows, of course. All right, we are getting through this list. Now, for your classic nose stripe, you can use either sizes like this or like this for your nose stripe. If you're using a thicker brush, you want to turn the brush on its side and angle it down from the top in between of your eyebrows all the way down underneath the bridge of your nose. A lot of people stop here and it actually cuts off their nose, but you want to continue all the way down inside here, and then use your beauty blender to just kind of clean up those areas. Same thing with the smaller brush. Start from the top, come all the way down. All right, guys. Now, if you are doing your highlighting, of course, you're doing your highlighting, or you might use like another eyeshadow palette brush for your eyelids, and you also want to use something that's thinner. You can use this on your lips as well, something like this on your lips to paint on lipstick or different colors if you happen to mix. But you can use this on the top of your eyelids as well, or underneath your eyelids to get your shimmer of white or glitter or pink or color, whatever you're using to accent your eye droop. I use this one. It's very, very thin, and it helps me to get in the inner corners of my eyes and under my eyes. All right, so I don't think I forgot anything. No? It's always good to have more than one beauty blender. I'll tell you that. Have like 2 or 3. So if you can't remember what a beauty blender is, this is what a beauty blender is. It's like a little sponge. They come in different shapes and different sizes. I happen to like this one because it has that nice little grip for my fingers, especially if you are wearing long nails. You have that grip there where you can get underneath your eyelids like that without dropping it or getting the makeup on your fingertips. That is all, you guys. I hope that you found this really, really helpful. I know I needed something like this when I was starting out, because I was totally overwhelmed by, of course, all the makeup stuff that I had to buy. And then I was even more overwhelmed when I bought new brushes and I didn't know what to use to do what. So let me know in the comment section below if you found this useful, especially if you're just starting out. And on the next video, I will definitely take you through step by step how to create your simplistic Gyaru look. All right. Thank you guys for joining. Take care. We'll see you guys again soon. Arigato.